My next guest takes on Mallory Martin at LFA 22 coming up here on September 8th. It's Maycee Barber joining me here on the program for the very first time. Macie, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Appreciate you taking the time. And I see that you're originally from Greenlee, Colorado. How'd you get involved in combat sports?
I started training in karate at the age of 3, and my parents put me in, and then after that, we started jiu-jitsu, and then I started wrestling with Coach Ryan Schultz in Colorado, and then I picked up striking about 2.5 years ago when I started training at Jackson Wink, and I've been doing all of it my whole life, but basically really focusing on it the past 4 or 5 years.
So when was that moment for you? I guess it would have been early on when you kind of realized you wanted to make a run at this and actually, be a professional fighter.
I probably decided around 15 years old. I was like, I want to fight, and I told my parents, and they kind of were like not on board at first, but then after that, they decided to join the okay, she's gonna fight. Let's get her on the best coaches, and that's what we've done. They've been helpful, and yeah.
Excellent. How did you end up at Jackson Winklejohn?
I don't remember exactly how we ended up there, but we kind of just have been looking for the best coaches around, and Jackson Wink is one of the best gyms in the world, so that's why we decided to go there.
So do you live in Albuquerque now, or do you just split time between there and Colorado?
No, I just split time between there and Colorado. Yeah, nice. I have coaches back home. I have Ryan Schultz, who is my wrestling coach that I do back home, and then I have Brennan Gibson and all the coaches up at Jackson Wink, so I kind of split my time between those two.
And this is Ryan the Lion Schultz, right, who fought in the IFL?
Yep.
Is this the same?
Yep.
Okay, good. That is a name I've not heard in such a long time, so it's kind of cool that you're coached by him.
Yep, he's been a huge improvement to my game, and I don't know where I would be without him. So yeah, it's been big.
Any MMA fans watching this interview, watch the fight with Ryan Schultz and Chris Hordecki. Chris is from Canada, where I'm from, and it's one of the most memorable fights ever in the IFL. So if you have the chance, go check that out. But let's talk about you. I'm assuming you're a full-time fighter by the sounds of things, because you're going all in on this, or do you have a job on the side?
Nope, it's just we own not an MMA gym. We own a jiu-jitsu school, okay, Gracie cool. Jiu-Jitsu Fort Collins and Fort Collins Martial Arts Academy. So I teach full-time there, and then when I can't teach, I am training all the time, yeah.
Well, it certainly worked out well for you. Let's talk about your pro debut. Itzel Exabal, a great fighter. You went out there and submitted her. I think a lot of people, at least heading into that fight, were probably favoring Itzel.
Yeah, I think I shocked a lot of people that kind of weren't really knowing what to expect, or they thought, here's this little girl going in, but I mean, I've trained my whole life, and that's what I'm doing. I'm not just training to fight in little promotions. I'm training to go big, and you got to fight to get there. And not many people understand, up front. They're like, who's this? I was a nobody,
Yeah. What was the feedback like after that win? Because I know it was your pro debut, but I mean, that was a big win at the time. I imagine a lot of people were kind of reaching out and giving you props.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I kind of just took it as it came, but I try not to let all that get to my head, whether it's negative or positive. You can't let one comment or 10 comments get to your head, so just keep my head down and keep training.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong here. You made your amateur debut in January, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
I made my amateur debut January against Christina Brial, and then after that we had a hard time getting any more fights, so we decided to go pro, and that's when LFA contacted me, and they're like, well, you can fight for us. So then I decided to make my pro debut with them in June. Yeah, June. Yeah,
it was in June, and now here you are in July. Are you surprised at how quickly this has gone for you? I mean, you have the potential here to go 2-0 and already make a name for yourself. You're only 19 years old. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, no, it's what I expect, because we have been training forever, and the healthier I am, the more I can fight. So I'm just trying to stay healthy and trying to fight as much as I can just to get to the top,
You're taking on Mallory Martin. She's 1-1. How do you feel like you match up against her in this fight?
I feel really well. I know that we have a lot of movement, and I've seen all of her videos and all of her fights. And even with her training in Thailand, I feel like, she's made improvements, but not many girls can move like I move, and not many girls hit as hard as I hit. And, I know what I bring to the table, and I know what she brings to the table, so I feel like it's going to be a good fight. But it's definitely, I'll get the hand raised.
And you were talking a bit about training camp, working with Brandon Gibson, working with Ryan Schultz. I saw a picture of you and Ray Borg. Obviously, Ray's getting ready for his fight against Demetrius Johnson. I mean, how cool is that? How much confidence does that give you heading into a fight like this, knowing you're training with the number one contender right now in the UFC?
It's definitely a big confidence booster, and we both train with the same coach. So, yeah, it's been huge.
Excellent. And who are some of the other people, Jackson Wink, that you've been training with, helping you get ready for this fight?
Mainly just Brandon Gibson, Frank Lester, a lot of the coaches down there, and then just training around, Michelle Watterson's in the gym, Holly Holmes in the gym. Everyone is in the gym, they're all training, they're all working hard. And, just to be around them or to train with them or drill with them or any of that, that's been awesome.
And what about back in Colorado? Who are some of your training partners there?
Mainly I just work with my coach, and then some of the guys at trials and a lot of the people at my own gym back there, but a lot of work with just Coach Ryan.
Excellent. And how's the weight cut going? We're a couple weeks away from this fight. Everything on point, getting down to 115?
It's going good. Yeah, last time I made weight, it was kind of a stretch. This time I'm working I'm working with Perfecting Athletes and
nice. Michelle and oh, excellent. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, so they've been helpful. Also working with Anita Delpreet with Jackson Wink, so kind of having all three of them and swapping up and having them help me has been big.
September 8th, how do you see this fight ending? I mean, you're going to get your hand raised, you mentioned that, but how do you sort of see it unfolding?
We're going to try to keep it technical. My last two fights have ended pretty quick, so we talked about maybe seeing where it goes, keeping technical, try and stay long, maybe closing the distance. We'll see. But definitely my hand raised.
Before I let you go here, we've talked all about your fighting career and everything. What do you like doing on your downtime? I know you're busy training and everything like that, but what would I find you doing? You watching Netflix? You watching other sports? What would I find you doing? We
spend a lot of time on the lake, especially during the summer, if we can. We're out on the lake or we're outside, or during the fall we like to be outside. So that's right up right now. So either hunting in the woods or out on the lake.
Excellent. Have you ever been up to Canada before?
I have not yet. Okay.
I was going to say it sounds right up your alley because it's very similar. So yeah, it's a good time. Now, are you doing the Cowboy Cerrone thing where you go wakeboarding and stuff too, or do you just stick to swimming on the lake?
I would love to wakeboard. I've done it a few times, but right now we're kind of laying low, trying not to get injured on anything extra right now. But yeah, I definitely love wakeboarding, and yeah.
Now, do you still go to like Bass Pro and stuff if you're into the hunting and stuff? Like, are you a frequent shopper there or what?
Yeah, we go Bass Pro, Cabela's, stuff like that. But yeah, anywhere.
And camping, that sounds like something up your alley as well. Do you do that at all?
Camping, yes. We've gone camping. I haven't had a whole lot of time to do that as much right now. Busy with my career, training, working. So we've kind of taken a lot of sacrifices. We used to snowmobile and dirt bike and stuff like that, and we're getting less time to do that right now, but it's definitely something that I love doing and that I like to spend my time doing.
After this, when are you looking to get back in the cage again? As soon as possible? Do you want a little break? How do you sort of map out the rest of this year?
The rest of this year, hopefully I'll be in the UFC after either this fight or the next, and honestly, if I stay healthy, I'm ready to fight.
Excellent. I love that attitude, and I certainly can't wait for this fight. It's LFA 22 coming up here September 8th, live on Access TV. Macie, I can't thank you enough for joining me here on the program. Just remind people where they can find you on social media. If you got any thank yous or shout-outs, the floor is yours.
First of all, my Instagram is @thefutureworldchamp. And aside from that, I want to thank all my sponsors, all my coaches, everyone who's been on my side and on my team. We're the future. Yeah, I have a long list of sponsors, but for now, my most recent one I've been starting to work with is Grunt Style, so I'll just give them a shout out.